Bro, they were so pissed. Somebody clip it. They were like yelling at each other. Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to be talking all about the Bruen post-patch, if it's worth using, and what you want to be using on it if you're going to run it. If you guys do find this video helpful or informative, please do remember to give it a like and subscribe if you would like to see more Warzone content from me. So the Bruen was nerfed about 2 weeks ago, and every time a weapon is nerfed, it takes a little while for the community to react to that nerf and actually like gravitate towards whatever the new weapons are going to be. You saw this with the Growl when it got nerfed. It took a little while for people to eventually switch over to the Bruen. And so when the Bruen got nerfed, I thought the same thing would take place where people would eventually migrate to whatever the new meta weapon was going to be. The Kilo was seeming very promising, and I do think the Kilo is definitely a top tier weapon. The Fin came out and a lot of people hyped it up. I think it's quite good, but is it better than the Bruen? It's tough to say. And even now, 2 weeks later, you see the Bruen be one of the most, if not the most popular weapon in Warzone. And it is still very good. I haven't used it at all in the 2 weeks since it has been nerfed. Today was my first time running it. So this gameplay you'll see here is the first time I've been using it, or the first time I used it since the nerf. And it is still very good. Definitely a top tier weapon. I'm not sure if it's the best, but we'll get to that in the video. For the loadout, I have Monolithic Suppressor, the Summit Barrel, the VLK3X, or the Combat Corp holographic sight, whichever one you want to use. They're both good. It just comes down to preference. The Commando foregrip and the 60 round mag attachment. The difference between this Bruen loadout and the previous Bruen loadout that everyone would recommend is just taking off tack laser for the Commando foregrip. Since when they nerfed it, they added recoil. That's why we're running Commando foregrip. One of the really nice aspects of the Bruen before was that since it was so naturally accurate, you could get away without running a foregrip and then just put that on the tack laser, and you would have a very fast aim down sights time because of that tack laser and because of the 60 round mag. And now the aim down sights time is actually quite slow. I'm going to have the stats on screen now. This is from truegamedata.com. It will be linked in the description below, and the graphs that I use later on in the video will also be from them. So as you see here, this is compared to the Fin and the PKM, both with the loadouts I would recommend with them. And I have the Combat Corp holographic sight on because it does aim in a little bit faster than the VLK. And as you see here, the ADS time on the Bruen is like 115, 116 milliseconds higher than the other two LMGs. That's pretty significant. It's about a 20% increase. It's definitely much slower than the other LMGs. And that's what kind of holds it back, I would say. In terms of damage and DPS, I think the Bruen keeps up. You'll see on screen now we have the graph comparing the Bruen to the other LMGs. And the PKM does have the fastest time to kill at any range, but this is just theoretical. And since the PKM has more recoil than the Fin and the Bruen, you're likely not going to be just straight beaming people super far range like that. So you see the Bruen's time to kill is very comparable to the PKM until about 80-ish meters when it increases. And then it's a little bit higher in the Fin, but they're still really close, so it's quite negligible. So this gun does kill faster than the Fin at certain ranges. I would definitely recommend it over the Fin, I think. And it is very accurate, just like the Fin loadout I recently showed in a video. This Bruen is very accurate with the grip attachments. It probably has even less recoil than what it used to. It's insanely accurate and insanely like good time to kill. It feels good when you're using it, and I wasn't expecting that. I thought the Bruen fell off, and it wasn't even like, I thought it wasn't going to be good at all anymore because having to take off tack laser for the Commando foregrip and having an even slower ADS time, you would think would be a huge negative to have to deal with. But I found myself not really noticing it at all because a majority of the time I'm going to be using my light machine gun. It's when I'm posted up behind cover. If I'm ever traveling or running around or getting into like more gunfights where I'm pushing somebody, I'm probably going to be using my secondary, the MP5 usually. But in this video, I'm using the R9 a lot because I also unlocked that recently and I've been trying it out because that's seeming like it's taking over Warzone. So a majority of the fights where your ADS time is going to matter most, you're just naturally not even going to be using the LMG. And while it is nice to have the faster handling when we were able to use tack laser on the past, it is still something that you're probably not going to have a hard time playing around. It doesn't feel super slow like I thought it would. And I was very aware of this going into today when I was playing with it. I knew it had like a slower ADS time than the other LMGs, and I thought it was going to be a problem. So I already have that preconceived notion in my head, right? But I didn't even really notice it, even though I was in a situation to potentially be very susceptible to it. I also wanted to compare the Bruen to the Kilo in time to kill, as you'll see on screen now. And they're pretty comparable. Kilo kills faster at some ranges. Bruen kills faster at some ranges. They're pretty similar to the point where it's not going to be the biggest deal, the time to kill difference between them. And the Kilo is nice because you can run around faster with it. It has a faster ADS time, all those benefits of an AR. But the time to kill is pretty comparable between them. So it's not like you're going wrong one way or the other. So I think the Bruen is still very good. I'm definitely going to be using it. If I had to use an LMG, it would likely be between the Bruen or the PKM. I kind of want to revisit the PKM since it's been about 2 weeks since I've used that as well. But it would definitely be between the Bruen and the PKM for me picking an LMG. The Fin is okay, and it feels alright. In terms of like the low recoil version, the adverse version is something completely different, and it's like pretty crazy to control, but it kills really fast. But the low recoil version of the Fin with the normal barrel, I feel like is definitely worse than the Bruen. If you're using the Fin or you want a weapon for extremely long range, I would take the Bruen over the Fin. Just comes down to the Bruen or the PKM for me. So I think the Bruen is still a top tier weapon. It's still very viable. For me, I would say the top 3 weapons in the game right now are the Bruen, the Kilo, and the CR56 AMAX. The CR56 might just be unique to me. I really enjoy using that gun. M4 is also really good. PKM is really good. I'd probably have those two, just slightly under it. I don't like the Grau anymore. Don't think I'm going to be playing around too much with the Fin. And obviously up close, the MP5 or the new shotguns that have been emerging to be like really dominant are probably going to be your best bet. So I hope you guys found this video helpful or informative. I'm going to let the gameplay play out. This is a win I recently got with the Bruen. And like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys another time. Thanks for watching.
Bro, go
our car?
Down.
In our car?
Setting charge.
I beamed them good in the driver's seat.
I hit him once, I hit him twice.
I'm gonna try on the back,
Disable.
bro. Oh my
Where?
god, she's thirsting right behind me.
Oh no, oh no.
Dead.
Nice.
You have gooch?
Gas
I don't
man.
think I
No.
do.
Made me
We
stop
got money
shooting.
though.
What happened with the guy in the truck? Did he
He's
die?
gone. He's gone.
Okay.
Gas is inbound. Marking
Fighting in the bank.
Yeah.
I downed one over there.
Moving. Stay with. I'm gonna watch this area over here. She's over here on me. She's.
I'm coming.
Yep, coming.
Back up. Alright, you're good.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Holy, I thought I heard like 3 kids.
Still fighting in the bank. They're gonna have to come off of that though. We have good shit
Yep,
here.
on stairs.
Someone watch our back from here.
Shot.
Okay, I got it.
Gas is moving.
I'm getting beams from red or something.
It's this building right here, yeah.
Okay. I just won't peek.
I got beamed from stairs.
Alright.
Pushing us on my side.
Alright.
I think he backed up. He got scared.
Alright.
Nope, he's there. 2 of them. She
Above you,
challenged
above
me.
you.
Five remain.
So lame, bro. Like,
You're good.
I need to get a satchel.
I have one on my body.
Running out of
2v2.
bank.
2v2.
Weak running out of bank.
Came through
I see them both.
Okay.
They're both in front of me. One's right here. They caught a precision.
down.
That was clutch for them.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone
Ready?
located.
He's one down.
He's beamed. I'm selfing.
Nice, that's both of them.
Gas is moving.
I don't know where he went.
I'm stuck.
Oh, he's right here.
Right there. Nice.
Eliminated
Nice.
all enemy teams.
GG's.
Well done.
My bad, Sammy. I like went to help back cheeseburger and then saw the guy jumping on you.